house. Big Zeus, here's the people around. Big Zeus, pull up to the gate at 1600 on the map. Yeah, supposed to be the people's house. I make it like a trap.
Good morning, ladies and
Marble floors
gentlemen.
and chandeliers, I'm balling through the wall. Power to the people, yeah, I gotta make that call. Trapping for the team, red and white and blue, that's me. Voices on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like
Good morning.
an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Yeah, signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big pharma, big tech, turn these dreams to bag. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. Painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these rooms, Lincoln, MLK. Now it's photo ops, power plays all day. I'm trapping for the vote. Big Zeus, it's the people's house. Big Zeus, powers in the air. Big Zeus, yeah. We knocking on the door. Big Zeus, we wanna hear your song. Yeah, yeah. Who you think they asking for? They asking for that smoke. People, them players, yeah, y'all think this is a joke. Take it back and write the code. 1600, got your soul. Put my portrait on the wall. They staring at me like I'm cold. Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. I'm trapping out the west wind, doing deals all in the dark. Make your dreams come true. All I need is a spark.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta keep
You
this
don't
thing
know
going.
who's on my line. Got the Constitution jumping.
All right.
Yeah, you know I'm so divine. No stains on my kicks and the rally outside.
All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know it's a short and abbreviated show. Let's go. We don't got much time, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel like I'm stuck in a cycle. It's like I'm stuck
Let's
in
go.
time. It's like a curse. And I can't escape it. It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you get your famous. The algorithm turned me to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. DJ Man Franklin is my bestie. And if they use my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get replies if they text me. I say it with my chest cause I need it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a
Here
new
goes, ladies and
wit.
gentlemen. Here we go. Let's do it
I'ma
together.
take off
Here goes,
this
here goes.
spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical.
Very
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
Really?
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
Wow, they always say that. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host and I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are gathered. But before we do that, let's take care of some very important housekeeping items. For those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. Why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? It's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, hands down. The second H, it's well because I'm humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize, right? You already knew that. And then the last and the most important H of them all, which is totally undisputed, is because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Eugene, you see how I did that to you? Snuck up on you like a thief. Many of you know exactly what we do on this platform over here on this side of TikTok. We got to try to keep this thing within the community guidelines, of course, but we're going to bring it the way we know how to bring it, all right? And if you don't want us to bring it, then you know what? Go home and cry, all right? Like a lot of you like to do, especially you Trump voters out there who are hell-bent on destroying this country. What we do is very spectacular. It's special. It's sensational. It's monumental. It's gravitational in a way as well, you know. What we do is we hold Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes, right? And believe you me, when it comes to committing crimes, this administration just seems to have hit the jackpot. I don't know how they got the winning lottery numbers to hit the jackpot and become like the biggest criminals I've ever seen on the face of the earth, even going as far as committing war crimes, right? And so what I'll say is this. If you're a Trump supporter out there, I'm not even going to ask. I know you're out there, you're lurking in the shadows, looking for Big Zeus and trying to kind of, oh, Zeus, you're lying about this, Zeus, you're spreading hatred, you know, triggered, super triggered. You know, one of them, DJ, I looked at your comment, DJ. I left a video, I made a video, Tim Scott, and it was about Donald Trump basically, you know, showing the world that Tim Scott tap danced for him. And I saw the comment DJ wrote, and I said, this is sick. You're offended that I'm calling Donald Trump out for, you know, calling Tim Scott what he is, and you're not upset about what Donald Trump did. I said, wow, this is a disgusting situation, but you know what? I'm going to keep doing it because they always find a way to make themselves out to be victims, right? And so what I'll say is this. If you don't want me to make you a victim this morning, MAGA, especially the fragile white males out there, because I don't know what's gotten into you. You guys had like a 400-year plus head start, right? And all of a sudden, they're the biggest snowflakes. They're the biggest babies I've ever ran across. You can't, these guys these days, I don't know why they call themselves alphas. They can't handle rejection. They can't handle women. They can't handle immigrants. They can't handle people of color. They can't handle truth. They can't handle anything. Well, you know what you should do? You should go back to living in your grandma's basement like Snuggles does, right? All right, because you're not built for the real world. You're weak. You're weak, all right? And like, you're weak like your dear leader. And so what I'll say is this. If you don't want Big Zeus to hurt your feelings this morning, do me a huge, huge favor and just leave. Go hang out with the other liars and the fake TikTok hosts because they'll lie to you, but over here we won't, all right? But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
If you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed, and I take, honestly, no responsibility. If your feelings are hurt, good. That's what it's supposed to be, all right? A lot of us know what it's like to have our feelings hurt, but we become better people, all right? And so that's a huge W, Zeus. All right, so I only got an hour to do it, and, you know, I got to do half with the monologue, and then, you know, the other half I'll do with trying to engage in meaningful conversation. So if you're a Trump supporter and you're getting triggered by what I say, you know what, and you think I'm wrong, go ahead and send me a guest request, and when I'm done doing what I'm doing over here, I might entertain what you got to say, all right? As long as you're telling the truth, I don't mind, but if you get it up here showing your behind, I don't want to hear it. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is, you know, we got breaking news. Donald Trump this morning, you know, they said the reports are out. He's going to send the National Guard out here to San Francisco. All right. All right. Yeah. It's just amazing to me that Donald Trump, while the government is shut down, millions and millions of Americans are on the verge of going bankrupt. And that's where it's headed. When you go bankrupt, you're going to end up possibly doing things that might involve you going to jail, getting, you know, sent to prison. Because, you know, poverty and crime, they go hand in hand. They're like partners, right? So he's condemning a lot of Americans to being unalived or basically being incarcerated because he doesn't want to open up the government. But for some strange reason, you can't help but wonder, where is he getting all this extra money to do these renovations around the White House, you know, buying these jets and upgrading them from Qatar, sending, you know, letting Qatar come into Mountain Home Air Force Base and have access to our military facilities. I mean, where is he getting this money from? I mean, you would think with all the money Donald Trump has been getting, he would at least be able to buy himself a brand new suit, right? Because I'm sick and tired of seeing that same old ridiculous suit with that long, ridiculous red tie. I mean, I just get so tired of him grifting. But his supporters and then his, you know what I call them, the enablers, they don't seem to care. And so now Donald Trump has found money out of nowhere, thin air, I guess, not only to pay for his little pet projects, but I guess he's sending the National Guard ICE out here to San Francisco. And I just want to make sure Donald Trump knows how we feel about that. And I'll let Governor Gavin Newsom speak on it real quick. All right, it won't take long.
In terms of our response, we are going to be focused, and quite literally, this is the lawsuit that I will file within a nanosecond of any efforts to send the military to one of America's great cities, San Francisco, that is enjoying 60% reduction in homicide, or rather, homicide reduction that's the lowest it's been in 60 years. It's one of the safest large cities in this country that's experiencing economic rebirth and growth. Only Donald Trump can wreck that.
Yeah. Rick,
and we will push back with clarity and conviction.
Thank you, W. Gavin Newsom. We will push back with clarity and conviction, and we will sue the pants off of the Trump administration, because what they're doing is clearly unlawful. Unlawful like those military strikes that we see happening in the eastern part of the Pacific Ocean. War crimes, all right? It's really sad, ladies and gentlemen. America has devolved into a nation of pure chaos. And there's another thing Governor Gavin Newsom said, and I think this is very, very important. And this has to do with just Donald Trump running the most corrupt criminal organization known to mankind. Every time you turn on the TV, he's grifting, trying to get people to bend the knee to him. And I think Governor Gavin Newsom, he's spot on with his assessment about how we really truly need to deal with this. And so if you bear with me, and then we'll go ahead and get straight to judgment, all right?
Ingram on Fox News say, "Well done, sir. Why is Laura going to even be more supine?" Well, because she's in business with Don Jr.
Oh.
With a guy who's in business with David Sachs on a new SPAC business. Chamath, who's a partner with David Sachs. David Sachs, who runs all the AI. Laura Ingram now has a SPAC business. Imagine what your boss would say if you started to do business with me. That's allowed. And she gets to be their spokesperson on the Pravda network. Fox, primetime. This great grift. Unprecedented in modern history. Billions and billions of dollars. The great grift. State capitalism. Not just crony capitalism. Ask Intel. Ask MP Materials.
Get him,
ask
Gavin.
Folks at U.S. Steel. Ask the folks at AMD. Ask the folks at NVIDIA.
Get him.
The hell is going on in this country? None of this is normal. You will be seeing on my Patriot site new knee pads that I'll be sending out. New signature series knee pads for all these CEOs. For the University of Virginia that I'll add to the list today.
Wow.
For bending their knee.
Wow.
For those law firms, the universities, media companies. As this guy's rolling back, rewriting history, putting us back to pre-1960s world, censoring historic facts.
Yeah.
Wake up, everybody.
Wake up.
Wake up.
And with that, W. Gavin Newsom. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, the way people continue to bend the knee to Donald Trump is dangerous. The man's totally demented. The man can barely wipe his own behind. He has to wear a diaper, and a lot of people say he might even have a catheter. All right. So this man has no control over his bladder at all, but people continue to act like he's the best thing for the world since sliced bread. And it's just a disgrace that we're at this moment. Republicans, they don't have a spine. They don't have a spine. Even if you tell them, well, Jesus, you say you're a Christian, you should have a spine. Oh, no, we can't do anything with Donald Trump because we worship Donald Trump. We don't worship Jesus Christ. And this is where the Republican Party is at right now while we're watching innocent women. WVIP, thank you so much. This is where we're at while we're watching innocent women, innocent children being just totally harmed by Donald Trump at the hands of Donald Trump and his administration, right? And so this gets me to the first part of the round of booze and shame that I have this morning. I got to do the round of booze and shame because I've never, ever been so disappointed in the United States of America like I am today. It's really at that level. You know about slavery, right? And I'll say this, at least with the slavery, you go all the way to civil rights and all the fights we've had in history. It was like, this is our first time confronting these issues and we're fighting to get it right? That's how it was. But to actually be able to convince a bunch of folks who claim to have been Christians to go back in time and engage in conduct that we had already settled. Now they want to go back and reopen up that huge can of worms because they want to get their lick back. Who are they? It's the same suspects. Typical white guy, total losers, total failures. I don't know why you're failures. You can walk outside without worrying about the cops harassing you. You got all this freedom, 400 years head start. But your mind has convinced you for some strange reason. Oh, Kamala, the Democrats, they don't care about me. I'm the forgotten man. No. It's not the Democrats. Somewhere in your circle, your family, your friends, they probably just, they let you down. They let you down. They told you being poor and uneducated was okay. Being mediocre was okay. And now you look at somebody like me, Big Zeus, and you can't contain yourself. You're like, wow, where did this guy come from? I'm a product of the United States. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these losers, actually, and their sidekicks, because you know a lot of them got some women that are supporting them too. Join me in warming up the lake of fire and sending them where they belong. Where are they going, Zeus? Straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
And I want you to always remember that, you crybabies in my comment section. You know the biggest joke on TikTok is these Trump voters, honestly. I every day I go, and not just TikTok, even on X. Another one. This isn't who I voted for. Oh, I knew what Trump 1.0 was, but Trump 2.0, I just can't stand this. Something's wrong with him. And I'm sitting here going, oh, and you know their new claim to fame is, this is what you'll hear from them. I promise you, this is what you will hear from every Trump supporter now who's having cold feet about him. They'll say this classic line, I told you, I don't agree with everything Trump does. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. All right, W's in the chat. Thank you so much. Who was that? Uncle Trey? Now they're going, I just don't agree with everything. I don't agree with everything Trump does, as if that somehow absolves you of the greatest sin that I've ever seen happen in this great country of ours. The moment I hear you say that, it goes right into the same box as the Democrat shuffle. What's the Democrat shuffle? We're going to blame Barack Obama. We're going to blame Joe Biden. We're going to blame Kamala Harris. And the list goes on because they cannot look at Donald Trump and tell him, dude, hang it up. Get out of the White House. We don't need you here any longer. They can't say that to him because they're afraid. You know what they're afraid of? They're afraid of Donald Trump retaliating against them. And meanwhile, they don't have any clue that there's nothing. You shouldn't be afraid. I got to say this, MAGA. You shouldn't be afraid to stand up for yourselves. Yes, vote early. Yes, I agree. And vote blue. You should not be afraid to stand up to Donald Trump at this point, because I've been telling you all the whole time since he's been elected, a lot of you Trump voters, y'all will not be around to vote come midterms. And why won't you be around to vote? Because Donald Trump is actively engaging in policies that are intended to destroy the very base that put him into power. And I've already gone over this, all right? We're talking right now. A lot of you are going to be losing your health insurance because the cost is just too high. A lot of you aren't going to get your SNAP benefits. I don't care. And the funny thing about the SNAP benefits, and it's not really funny, but it is, even if you're not into politics, even if you are one of these people going, I don't vote for either side, I don't trust them. It don't matter now. You're about to realize playtime is over and you should have voted for Kamala Harris, right? Now you got to deal with the reality. And then you hear about the tariffs. The tariffs are just doing a number on the American people, especially our farmers. As a matter of fact, that's a good thing to bring up right now. What did Donald Trump do, ladies and gentlemen, about the farmers the other day? Now, I'm going to read this. This is from the, what is this? Who is this? And then we're going to hear Donald Trump's reaction, okay? This is from the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, and this is what they have to say about Donald Trump and his tariffs. In a misguided effort to lower the price of beef in grocery stores, President Trump said he plans to increase the volume of beef being imported. Let me get it over here. From Argentina. How many of y'all want some Argentinian beef? I mean, you don't know what you're doing at this point, MAGA. efforts to manipulate markets. Remember, he said China was manipulating markets, but it turns out every MAGA accusation is what? Truly a MAGA confession. Yeah. And you know what I'll do, MAGA? I'll go ahead and show you what you're looking at right now. Y'all know what this is, MAGA? You know what that is? Yeah. This is what Donald Trump thinks of you. He thinks you're just as goofy as these cows. And that's no disrespect to the cows, all right? Because cows got an excuse. But a lot of you Trump voters, no excuse. So efforts to manipulate markets only risk damaging livelihoods of American cattlemen and women while doing little to impact the price consumers are paying at the grocery store. The National Cattlemen's Beef Association and its members cannot stand behind while he undercuts the future of family farmers and ranchers by importing Argentinian beef in an attempt to influence prices, says NCBA CEO Colin Woodall. It's imperative that President Trump and Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins let cattle markets work. The United States already faces a deep trade imbalance with Argentina, one that is made worse by the president's plan. During the past 5 years, Argentina has shipped beef valued at more than $800 million into the United States while purchasing only $7 million of beef. Furthermore, this is the good part. Argentina is a nation with a long history of foot and mouth disease. Let's just stop there. Argentina has a long history of foot and mouth disease. Well, you know what that just did right there. You could kiss me eating beef goodbye. So this is what I'm talking about, MAGA. Foot and mouth disease. No wonder y'all can't think right. The man, and you won't be able to have any way of measuring whether or not you're getting that kind of, because he shut the government down. What federal agency is going to confirm whether or not you're subjected to this? All you're going to do is you're going to eat it, and then all of a sudden you're going to start acting crazy. Oh, another Trump supporter is acting crazy. Why are they acting crazy? It must be the beef, W. Zeus. Yeah, and the USDA has no complete and necessary steps to ensure Argentina can guarantee the safety of products being shipped here, further endangering America's cattle herd. So this is from the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. They are standing up, and they have no choice. They have no choice, because when you look at what it will take to get somebody to walk away from the cult that they have found themselves in for the past decade, there's only one way to make sure that they will do that. It has to happen to them. This is what's happening all over America. A lot of these people who are no longer supporting Trump, it isn't because they're starting to see, oh, the Democrats were right. No, they're now realizing their livelihoods, their lives are truly in danger because of Donald Trump's quote unquote policies. Remember, he was going after the radical left. You were going after the radical left. Why is my farm shutting down? I thought we were going after the radical left. Oh, that was a trick. He's going after everybody. Oh. And then they wake up and say, I can't support Donald Trump. I mean, and so I have another story. Farm action. This is what they say. Mr. President, the big four meat packers, including Brazil's JBS and Marfrig, control beef prices, not America's cattle ranchers. The global corporations have been making record profits off of the United States consumers while squeezing independent ranchers who voted for you out of business. Oh, importing more beef will only make that worse. We urge you to reinstate mandatory country of origin labeling. Right now, millions of pounds of imported beef, remember foot and mouth disease, right, enter our markets with no label at all, undercutting U.S. ranchers and misleading customers. Every time I read stuff like this, I keep thinking to myself, don't cry now. Don't cry now. Yeah, look at this guy in my comment section. Nobody is in danger. Well, you go ahead and get foot and mouth disease. How about that? You go get foot and mouth disease, and then you come on back while you're foaming at the mouth talking to me and say, yeah, nobody's in danger. And that's another W, Zeus. These people don't know what they're talking about. These people don't know what they're talking about. You should investigate the big four packers for price fixing. Two of them just settled a 2019 case after manipulating prices and cheating both ranchers and consumers. Instead of forcing cattle prices down. Let's bring beef prices down by tackling consolidation, enforcing antitrust laws, and restoring fair competition. Ranchers need support to rebuild their herds. That's how we truly increase beef supply and lower prices long term. After years of drought, high input costs, and selling into rigged markets, we deserve policies that strengthen rural America, not ones that reward foreign competitors and corporate monopolies. So cattle farmers, ranchers, they all see it. Donald Trump is single-handedly destroying them while rewarding foreign countries. Foreign countries like Brazil and Argentina. And this is why I tell a lot of you Trump supporters, God's judgment is truly on you. And so with that being said, let's listen to how Donald Trump, basically, you know what he said to this. This is what he said. He put it on his platform, Lie Central. The cattle ranchers, who I love, don't understand that the only reason they're doing so well for the first time in decades is because I put tariffs on cattle coming into the United States, including 50% tariff from Brazil. If it weren't for me, remember, you've been farming this land 120 years, right? They would be doing just as they've done for the past 20 years. Terrible. It would be nice if they would understand that, but they have to get their prices down because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking also. Oh my God, you just can't make this stuff up, folks. This is what he's doing, literally brainwashing his supporters into believing that he knows what he's doing. And so what we'll do is we'll listen to a farmer. We'll get to judgment in just a second, but we'll listen to a farmer explain Donald Trump. This is a farmer from North Dakota, all right? And the title of this video is Farmers, Ranchers Have Beef with President After Argentina Beef Comments.
Argentina to reduce costs for American consumers. Now, that statement is not sitting well with U.S. producers. Michael Anholt spoke with some ranchers and is here with their reaction. Michael.
Alan, a rancher I spoke with told me they are upset with the president and urge him to not speak on issues he doesn't understand. One rancher southwest of Mandan says he wishes the president would just stop talking. George Langang and his family have been working this land for over 120 years. He understands how the cattle industry works. Langang says high input costs, drought, and dwindling herds have put American cattle ranchers at a disadvantage for years. And President Trump's most recent comment to purchase beef from Argentina is just the latest to drive market instability for farmers and ranchers.
It's like he doesn't ever talk to his advisors. You know, he doesn't talk to the industry. He doesn't talk to anybody. He just kind of shoots from the hip and doesn't realize the real life and the real world consequences it has to us.
Langang understands the cost of beef is up for consumers, but only because demand for beef keeps rising with the shrinking number of American cattle. He believes the market will correct itself, but hates to think what might happen.
You throw a speculation out there like that, everybody pulls back and says, God, what if they do this? What if they tank this market? Or what if they bring in a bunch of beef and they open up Mexico and all of it hits at once and I bought a $4,000 cow? How am I ever going to pay for it?
North Dakota Stockmen's Association released a statement condemning the president's statement, as did a group of House Republicans, including North Dakota's Julie Fedorchak, urging the president to ensure that any future trade decisions are made with full transparency, sound science, and a firm commitment to the U.S. cattle industry.
We're thinking about selling these calves in about 3 weeks, and we just want to make sure everything stays healthy.
This longtime cattle rancher says the industry has too much work to deal with this level of uncertainty.
The best thing for him to do is just be quiet.
Local ranchers hope their livelihoods are taken.
He said the best thing for Donald Trump to do right now is to be quiet. Look at what you make your bed, you gotta lay in it, champ. How many of you feel sorry? How many of you feel sorry for this person right now? Anyone out there feel sorry for this cattleman, North Dakota? You know, Trump voters. Anyone feel sorry for them right now? Wow. Y'all got a lot of love in your hearts out there. So he said Donald Trump needs to be quiet, huh? Do y'all think Donald Trump was quiet? Do y'all think Donald Trump was quiet yesterday? Do y'all want to hear Donald Trump being quiet? All right, fine. I'll play it. I'll play. I'll let Donald Trump be quiet.
Getting support from you soon, and
Yeah, well, they do. So what's happened, you could say with that, you could say with beef, with all of it.
He's quiet.
The beef, the ranchers, let's say, who have done a great job, have lost their shirts for many, many years. They've really been decimated. And I helped them a lot. I put tariffs on things coming in to the country, including beef. And that gave them a chance to finally have a decent industry. We are going to be talking to them. They're great people, but they've been hurt for 25, 30 years. They've been losing because other countries have taken advantage of them. And by putting tariffs on, they've been able to make a few dollars. They've been able to have an industry. But I also want to keep the beef prices low. So I'll be talking with the ranchers, and I'll be speaking with a lot of different people, including Scott and Howard, and we'll do something. Because prices are way down in our country. Energy is way down. I think you're going to see $2 gasoline very soon. I see that it's $2.50 in a lot of places, $2.50. We were heading to $5, $6, and $7. If Biden didn't go back to my policy toward the end, you would have seen. But he didn't go back to the full policy, and he missed the most important thing. So we were up to, we were way up. I think you're going to see $2 gasoline. We couldn't even break that number. That's a big difference. The only cost that's really up is beef, and the
only cost is beef.
Fake news only wants to talk about beef. And what I did is I made it possible for those people to survive. They're incredible people, but they were being decimated by other countries, and I didn't want that to happen.
Okay.
So prices are way down, groceries are down, everything's down, energy's way down. Even interest rates with a bad chairman of the Fed. He's terrible. He's a fool. But even interest rates are down.
Everything's worse.
So our country has never done better. We're going to take in, I think, $21 trillion this year. No country has ever taken in more than $3. And we're going to take in $21 trillion of investments because of the tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, we would be a mess. We would be a national security problem. And we've done a job. So I'm very happy about that. We're going to do something very quickly and easily on beef to get it down. The ranchers understand that.
The ranchers.
They're so happy for what I've done. I saved them. I don't think you'd have any beef in this country if I didn't do that. So we're very proud of that. Yeah, Brian?
Yeah, Brian. All right. So what we'll do is this. Obviously, Donald Trump believes the ranchers who voted for him are nothing but fake news. And at this point, he doesn't need them. He doesn't need their vote anymore. And so what I'll do is this. I'm going to warm up the lake of fire because I got to move on to my next topic. I'm running behind schedule. And I'll just say that this is for all of the farmers and the ranchers that voted for the devil to be the president of the United States. All right. Unfortunately, you make your bed, you got to sleep in it, all right? Do us all a huge favor. If you lose your farm after 120 years, you know what? I don't give a darn. Go straight to hell. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA daily.
Now, the other thing that I got to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, and it's just about MAGA Mike Johnson, all right? And I want to make sure we find out this gets addressed, all right? Because when I found out that this is what MAGA Mike Johnson was up to, ladies and gentlemen, I just couldn't believe myself. I couldn't believe that this is what MAGA Mike Johnson was up to, all right? Let me see. I thought I had a photo of him, but you know what? Oh, yeah. I thought I had a photo of him, but I guess I don't have a photo of him. I guess, oh well. But this is from I've Had It News, and it seems MAGA Mike Johnson has a serious addiction, and I'm just going to ask that y'all pray for him, all right? Because he's not the only one with this addiction, but it's serious, all right?
He spewed complete bullshit. And yesterday, he said this, and I had to, 3 times I had to listen to it. So I want to get your thoughts on it.
It's unconscionable. Look, America is built on the idea of free speech. You have the right to protest. Of course, we jealously guard that. I mean, Chip and I are attorneys. We've defended that right in the courts. But what they're doing right now is different. They are trying to incite violence. It's not funny. You don't mock a president who has already had 2 failed assassination attempts on his life. This is not a game.
Okay. So which is it, Mike? Do we have free speech that you, as a lawyer, have been defending when you're not defending your pedophile mentor? Or should people not criticize Donald Trump? Which is it?
It is that they want free speech for them and for nobody else.
That's right.
And that only people can praise the dear leader. This is authoritarian propaganda. And the Speaker of the House, little Moses Mike Grinder Johnson, is the most worthless man in the United States of America. And I would even go as far to say he is the most worthless man on Grindr. He is a DL demon queen that does all of this bullshit during the day in the name of his faith. And then at night, we all know what he's doing. Class, let's say it together. He's eating ass. All right.
Let me make sure I caught that. Did I catch that correctly? I mean, because I didn't say this, but when she said this, I said, what in the world is this?
That does all of this bullshit during the day in the name of his faith. And then at night, we all know what he's doing. Class, let's say it together. He's eating ass. All right.
This is what we're dealing with. This is the people responsible for the gun. I have no words. Ladies and gentlemen, they've exposed MAGA Mike Grinder Johnson at a level I never wanted to go, but it is what it is. I have no other choice but to go ahead and warm this lake of fire up and go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending disgusting MAGA Mike Grinder Johnson, they said he's the most worthless person on Grindr. In the daytime, doing all kinds of just crazy stuff, then at nighttime, putting hamburgers in his mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending MAGA Grinder Johnson straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA Dayton.
Open up the boxes and talk to those of you who are brave enough to come up here, all right? But there is one PSA announcement. There's one PSA announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Bongino yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, and the FBI, they've put up a post, and they said they're offering a $500,000 reward for any information that helps identify the person who placed the, boom booms at the office of the DNC and the RNC on January 5th. 2021, all right? And then Dan Bongino has said, if you have any information regarding this critical investigation, please dial 1-800, call FBI. And I just want to make sure MAGA understands this is very serious, all right?
On January 5th, 2021, between 7:30 and 8:30 p.m., an unidentified individual placed pipe bombs near the offices of the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee in Washington, D.C.
Remember?
The FBI and our partners are renewing our call for tips from the public.
All right, and I'll just leave it at that. So if anybody has any more information about this suspect, please call the FBI, because we would really like to get to the bottom of it. I have my ideas and speculations about who I believe it is. I see some of the names in the comments section. But I'm going to leave it at that, because they're watching me on TikTok, and you got to be careful, all right? So if you want to come up here, please put a 1 in the chat. I'm looking for a Trump voter, but you know what? If you're a Trump voter and you don't have the courage and conviction to get up here, I totally understand. I do hope that you've at least listened to the information that I've shared out, and you thought very hard about what I've been saying, all right? So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We only got about 20 more minutes. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Good morning, TJ. How are you doing? Good morning, TJ. How are you doing?
Zeus.
Hey, how are you?
It has been a while. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm doing great. Another day in the kingdom, tending to a lot of the affairs.
I know. Here I am taking a sick day, just catching up on the news. And everything that you just said is factual. And look, there's one thing me and MAGA Mike have in common. We both eat ass. That's the reason why I survived COVID. People, you may not understand or follow that, but
wow.
If you live dirty, you might survive something dirty. How about that?
Wow.
Wow.
That's wild, bro. But you know what?
Yeah, that's wild.
We don't kink shame. And by the way, if my live goes down, I got flagged. So it is what it is. Sorry about that. I knew it was because of what we played about Mike Johnson.
Yeah, it's all good. But my thing is, with people don't understand is, We've been telling you this shit since way before
No, we gotta keep it
2024.
clean, brother.
Yeah, I got my bad. I
Don't
dropped the
worry.
S.
Yeah, don't worry. I got you.
So we've been telling you about this stuff since before the election of 2024. So this shouldn't be a surprise. Now the fact that you have the cattle ranchers are now starting to see that, JD Vance has a profession that most of these people don't understand what his profession is and who he works with. So let's catch him up.
Yeah.
And let me break out the crayon. So I'm gonna ask one of my Marine brothers, lend me your breakfast so I can draw it out in crayon for the MAGA.
Okay.
JD Vance is a venture capitalist who purchases farmland, and his partner is Walmart. So if he's there bankrupting farms, and now he's bankrupting cattle ranches,
Ain't that something?
guess who's there to pick up the pieces for pennies on the dollar? This is all by design. If you're not paying attention,
Yeah.
don't cry when it starts coming after you.
So could you break that down to the Trump voters?
Yeah,
In
it's real
terms of
simple.
like the ones that voted for him. What the play was, right? Because they went into the voting booth thinking they were going to own the libs. But what they really should have went into the voting booth, they should have went in with the what mindset? What should they have been thinking about when they cast their vote?
They needed to go into the voter booth with the mindset of, this man was fired for doing something bad. And what did he do to my community? I'm not voting for my wallet. I'm voting for my community. And he screwed over all our farmers the first time around. What makes you think he's not going to do it the second time around?
See what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. And so what you're saying is, in other words, they voted to be screwed.
Oh, yeah. They definitely did. But if you look at the Grinder accounts that keep going down whenever they get together, they kind of like being screwed.
Hey. I just wish they would live in their truths, because this world would be so much better if they just admitted that they have problems.
But the thing is, they don't exactly live on Earth One like the rest of us. You ask them what color the sky is, they tell you. And in Swerve's favorite, that their answer is pickle. They don't give you an actual answer. So you ask them, why are you voting for somebody who basically took away from your neighbors, your community? Some of these farmers, most people don't understand. Farmers are a family business. So if you have equipment handed down to you from literally your grandfather, and Joe Biden gave you a way to upgrade your stuff, keep your receipts through Equip, which was part of the Build Back Better program, and you would be able to get your money back. Donald Trump took that away. So why are you complaining that the government reneged on a contract? Do you not know who Donald Trump is? The only contractor to ever be paid in full was Stormy Daniels.
Wow.
Everyone that does business with Donald Trump gets burned. I mean, look at the White House. Yeah. He said he's not going to touch the White House, and he destroyed the east wing of to attach a ballroom that legit I didn't realize until I saw the blueprint and the fabrication of it this morning on the news. It's bigger than the White House itself.
Ain't that something? So the ballroom is bigger. So, and you don't know what kind of technology or military stuff he's putting in there to try to spy on the next administration, right? You don't know what he's doing in there. It just
honestly, I don't think he's worried about a next administration because he doesn't want to leave. Did you not see what he put on his True Social the other day?
What did he say? What did he put?
Where he's standing in the background and there's a banner that says Trump 2028. Then there's another 4 years and another 4 years and another 4 years, and it keeps going and going. This is a man that will not leave. He is not going to leave. He doesn't want to leave.
Wow.
And if we do have the choice and the chance, because look at what he said. He said, if there is a military conflict, we do not have an election. So he has been actively pushing everyone's buttons, no matter what city it is, to try to instict martial law. I mean, when he had that one protest outside the White House, and he activated the bunker and talking about, oh, let's go out there and pew pew him in the legs, and the general said, no, we don't do that. He is willing and able to put everyone here in risk just to protect himself, just to stay. How many times I got to say he ran to stay out of prison?
That's facts. Now, there's one more question that I want you to answer. As you're
Yeah, brother.
talking, there's a guy in the comment section crying, and he says, "You're so delusional because you're talking about Trump not leaving." Could you answer that for that
Well, yeah.
demon in the comment real quick?
There's this thing called TDS. It's called being delusional under Trump, where you believe every word that comes out of his filthy sewer. And I understand that you have this problem because you love eating diaper sauce, you love the taste of leather, and bootlicking will not get you anywhere. Stop being a fucking pick me and understand that.
I caught you, TJ.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
Mom, you're gonna get me in trouble with my mom, but please.
Mama Zeus, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But listen, I woke up and I chose violence.
Okay.
And you know what? That's how we gotta be. And I'm sorry. I am totally sorry. But these people love the diaper juice, and that's not on me. That's on them.
Thank you.
You chose to vote for a felon claiming to be party of law and order. That doesn't compute. You can't tell me you want to run the business, the United States as a business, and you pick a man with failed businesses. He can't sell ice. He can't sell meat in the United States. He can't run a hotel. He bankrupted.
Wait a minute. What are we doing with ice, meat, and hotels? That sounds like a grinder experience, WTJ. That's crazy. But that's what Donald Trump's about. Wow. I like how you did that. It's all back to grinder with this guy.
It all goes back. But look, how do you have a man who has 3 hotels and he sinks them money laundering for the Russian mob? How do you have a man who his transcripts say he has a D- in economics but an A+ in Russian? You make that make sense for me, because I've run out of excuses for them.
I can't make it make sense, brother. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put that in the vault, and then we're gonna make sure we get a demon to get up here and address those. All right, brother?
Yeah, brother. Take it easy. Catch you guys at 2:00 on Swerves.
All right. Follow TJ. Yes, follow him. They go live, him and Swerve, and they do great work on the app. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Later, brother.
Later. What's going on, Cosmo? I see you. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't take long to debunk these, to get to the bottom of it. Do we have anybody out there that still supports Donald Trump? Put a 1 in the chat. We only got a little bit of time. Anyone out there supporting Donald Trump, please put a 1 in the chat. We'll get you in and out as quick as we can. It doesn't take long. All right. Let's see. Who do we got? Let's see. Teresa Wilson. I don't know if Teresa, was this an accident? Teresa, good morning. Good morning, Teresa. How are you? Sometimes they hit the request on accident. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Should I give it a little more time? Teresa? Nope. It wasn't working. Let's see. Who is this? Jenna, good morning. Ginash, good morning. Hey, Ginash. I'm gonna assume that was an accident. Woo! Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty then. Oh my God. Hey, you know you got to get that little bump and grind action started early in the morning. All right.
Oh, no. I don't want to join. I'm so sorry.
All right, I got you. Don't worry, you did good just getting up here representing. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, yeah. Fred, good morning. Good morning, Fred. Keep it clean, Rick. Good morning, Fred. How can I help you? Got a lot of people just sending requests and they don't know what they're doing. Good morning, my brother Antifa. All right, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Just trying to take care of business as usual. What brings you here?
So I want to, I believe in staying in lanes because over the last 4 or 5 years that we've been on this app together, that's the one thing that we stay consistent on. We believe that people should stay in their lanes, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
So I'm going to stay in mine. So my lane is not food product and food safety.
Correct.
This is the reason why we need those 3-letter agencies, the CDC, the FDA, because we put our trust that the government is going to take care of its people, and consequently the oath of office says that the president or whomever is taking the oath is supposed to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. But that's what those 3-letter agencies do for the American people, for the U.S. citizens. All right. It looks out for our well-being. And when we continue to come after those three-letter agencies and we take away the trust, when we're not trusting the CDC numbers, when we're not trusting what the Food and Drug Administration is saying, that is the collapse of democracy. That is what their end goal is.
Yeah.
The fact that we keep talking about this and we keep having a swath of people that cannot understand why we're so angry that they're coming after the FDA, the CDC, the FBI, the CIA. We don't even have faith in our Department of Justice.
Amen.
This is exactly what they want. This is exactly what they want. We cannot continue on with this, MAGA. That's why I have no room at my table for your feet to get up under. We will not forgive you for this. Absolutely.
That is bringing thunder.
So, Zeus, I've been wanting to get up, but I've been busy.
Yeah,
I want to go back to a conversation that you had, and Takesha, I respect you, and I listened to my big sister Takesha, and she said that we're gonna take the lure off of his name and just call him Ass. So this is for Ass.
Mom, sorry.
You got up in this box. It was either Monday or Tuesday, and you talked about how great Donald Trump is. You talked about how great he was and how he's going to make the White House so much greater because we need to show the world the power that we have. And you didn't understand why we're so angry about the East Wing of the White House being torn down. You didn't understand that. Put this in context, Zeus. The White House, in its original state that we knew of 2 weeks ago, was 55,000 square feet. 55,000. This ballroom, Zeus, is coming in at under 100,000 square feet.
Wow.
90-some thousand square feet. The reason why that picture triggers me so much, the reason why it triggers, the reason why you don't have any emotional ties to that building being torn down is because it wasn't your ancestors that built it under brutality. From 1792 to 1814, when the British burned down the White House and they had to be rebuilt, it was my ancestors. It was Zeus's ancestors.
Amen.
It was Takesha's ancestors that got whipped and did free labor to build that building. My ancestors built that building. Our ancestors built that building. And to see it to be torn down with such disdain and disrespect for a gaudy ballroom that I guarantee you he's going to try to name Trump Ballroom. It is disgusting. And the ancestors are not pleased.
Amen. Tell them that.
The reason why you don't think it's a big deal is because it wasn't your ancestors, Asler.
Get him, Nutty.
It was our ancestors. And that's the thing about this country. Time and again, you want to erase Black history. That is Black history being erased.
Get him, Nutty. You hear that, Dame? You better learn something today, bro. You gonna learn.
You want to get up in arms because the British burned it down during a war. But that's war. But that house has been a sacred monument for the democracy of this country since it was rebuilt in 1814.
Amen. They always try to destroy us.
You know what? The closest thing that we have to a time machine is a book.
Yeah.
Pick up a book and read it.
Thank you.
Read the history of this nation.
Amen.
That picture behind you is disgusting.
Vile.
Disgusting. And I hope the ancestors, I hope they haunt him to the day he dies.
Amen.
Have a good day.
W Nutty, ladies and gentlemen, that's Nutty coming up here with that thunder this morning. He ain't playing. Let that be a lesson. All right, let's bring up my next guest. We only got a few more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Good morning, Brother Val. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
What's up? Nutty handled all that.
He did. He did a great job.
He handled all that quite well. Absolutely. So let's talk about let's talk about the the beef thing, because we all want to talk about it, but we all really don't understand the problem, right? We really don't. Okay, we talk about this stuff and we don't really understand what the companies are that are behind this, right? We don't talk about the companies that are behind this enough, and that's where we get into trouble.
Got it.
The matter is you have 4 major companies right now: Tyson Foods, JBS, Cargill, and National Beef. Okay.
I know of Tyson very well, but
yeah, Tyson's an actual American company. Okay. Mm-hmm. Here's where it gets interesting. JBS is a subsidiary of a Brazilian company.
Oh.
Okay. Cargill is privately owned. That is actually a U.S. company.
Oh.
Okay. National Beef is based in Kansas, but controlled by a Brazilian company.
Oh my God.
Called Marfrig Global Foods. Okay. Those are the 4 largest meat manufacturers in this country. And what people need to understand, and what farmers have been griping about for a while now, since about 2017, 2018,
right,
is that these outside companies have come in and been able to get so large. And Tyson and Cargill are working with them. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's actually happening is they're controlling the amount of beef and meat that these farmers produce. If they're going to bring a cow, you know what I'm saying? If they're going to bring if they're going to buy a cow, bring a cow. You know what I'm saying? They have a number of cows they're going to buy based on what Tyson, Cargill, JBS, and National Foods tell them they're going to buy.
Wow.
Okay? So they control the meat supply that way.
Mm-hmm.
Our ranchers could produce more cattle. This is unlike oil. Our ranchers could produce more cattle,
right,
make more money,
right,
but these 4 companies control the flow. Okay? Now, with 2 of these cattle being owned by Brazil, or 2 of these companies being owned by Brazil, what do you think's actually happening here? What's the reality of what's actually happening here? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to take as much beef.
Yeah.
Yes. Much beef from Brazil as they can, right? Make as much money on the U.S. market as they can.
Right.
This is a problem. Okay, and the fact that Tyson and Cargill work with these companies too to try to control this. This is a huge problem, and this is why prices are going up. The tariffs hurt, right?
Wow.
The tariffs are going to raise the prices on beef because you have 2 of the major 4 that are controlled by outside the country. Right. He won't address that problem. And this is truly not a free market.
Wow.
Okay? When you have companies producing, if a farmer can produce enough cattle in a free market for companies to go out there and buy, why not let them?
Why not?
Why not let it be a free? You know what I'm saying? Why not let it be a free market?
Yeah. Why not?
These are the things, and I would think Republicans would actually agree with that, right? But it's because they don't educate themselves on the subject. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Back in 20, and I'm going to go back to 2016.
Yeah.
Okay, 2016. Those 2 other meat manufacturers weren't part of the equation.
Wow.
It was Smithfield and Hormel.
What?
Okay. So Smithfield and Hormel were one of the top 4. Okay. So what you've really done is, because of Republican policies, and I'm going to tell you all, this is Republican policies.
Wow.
You've let 2 outside entities come into this country and actually own 50% of our beef market.
Sick.
Okay.
Sick.
That's the problem here.
Wow. They did it to themselves.
Yeah. And so these are the things that people need to understand.
Wow.
And they don't go look at them. They don't go read on them. And this is a problem. And then the other thing, President Trump's statement on $2 gas. Okay. I'm not saying it ain't possible. Okay.
Yeah.
It is entirely possible to get the U.S. down to $2 gas.
Right.
But it comes at a massive cost.
Oh, so
Okay.
it's always something to it. What do you mean? So there's more to the story.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If you have $2 gas, I want y'all to remember the last time we had $2 gas. What happened?
Well, listen, we don't want to go back there, but it was very dark in America. It was very dark.
It was very dark. We had it happen twice. In 2018, we had what was called the Great Oil. You know what I'm saying? The Great Oil Recession.
Wow.
And Donald Trump, because of his policies with overseas foreign crude, put 40 U.S. oil companies out of business.
Wow.
And thousands of jobs.
Wow.
And closed down and ended up closing 7 refineries.
Wow. What a disgrace.
Okay. You'll see this again. $2 gas will come at the cost of thousands of U.S. oil industry jobs, and we might lose yet another refinery.
We're going to go ahead and do it for you, man. This is going to happen, though. Listen, brother. Big Zeus has to get up out.
I know you do.
All right, but as always, I don't know if you're going live, but if you're going live, I'll pop in there and listen. But if not, you know what? We'll get at it tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Not a problem. Bye, guys.
Mama Cat, you think that's funny? Mama Cat, you think it's funny? I'm surprised that you're still out here supporting Donald Trump, and you think that this is a game, but I already know what it'll take for you, Mama Cat. And you and I used to party before it got political. But I said to myself, it's only going to make you're only going to realize this is a bad situation when it happens to you. And so I just hope that you understand that you're doing a lot of harm to yourself in the process of trying to own the libs, all right? And that's a huge W, Zeus. Now, on a serious note, I got to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, shows on Thursdays and Fridays, they're going to be about an hour. And then I got a rock and roll cooking book, but I want to give all of you in the audience a huge, huge round of applause. Lady Boss, thank you. Especially to my subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this show wouldn't be what it is. Entertaining, engaging, and very, very educational. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and you know exactly who this goes out to. This goes out to all the Zeus haters out there. Not just my haters. These are also your haters. These people are hell-bent on self-destroying themselves, and then they destroy themselves, and they want to blame us. No, don't blame us. Blame yourself and your love for your dear leader, because you, like MAGA Mike Johnson, eat hamburger meat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send them straight to hell. I'm not going to say it, but you know what that means. No offense. Yeah, I don't. Okay, hold on. Somebody decided to holler at the boy real quick. Holler at your boy real quick. Mama Cat, how can I help you real quick? How can I help you real quick? I was about to wrap it up. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Is something funny?
And yes, y'all are really, really putting it on thick, aren't y'all?
No, I'm actually being very honest.
It's actually comical.
I haven't even put it on thick, to be quite honest. And when I put it on thick, Mama Cat, you'll know it. Trust me. All right? I haven't put it on thick, but it feels like that because you have never had anybody put it on you like that. And I don't know what. Y'all know. And so what is it?
Just keep dreaming, man. Keep dreaming.
No, because I know what it is. You're jealous and you're insecure, and you know what's happening in this country isn't what you voted for, but you have so much pride in your heart. Evil. I call it evil. That you
Do you know what's in my heart, Zeus?
Hate.
I'm not the one that is, oh my God, terrified of every time Donald Trump or yourself turns around.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. Yes, you are.
Because we know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I mean, we know there's a lot of presidents in office that has done worse. Let me ask you something. Did y'all honestly go through this much trouble with all the presidents that did changes to the White House?
No, never.
I didn't think so. Y'all just did it because of Trump.
No, it's only one person that's lied about the cost.
Okay.
He lied about the cost. He said he's paying for it. And then you look at this disaster behind you, and you can't help but wonder whose idea
he
was
lied
this?
about the cost, so it's not donations.
No,
and it's not his money. We're not paying for that.
Okay, Mama Cat. Listen, if you believe that, then I believe you still believe in Santa Claus coming down the chimney, eating milk and cookies with you, and the Tooth Fairy. All right, Mama Cat. Now, on a serious note, I got to get up out of here. All right, but you know what? You come on tomorrow. You come on back tomorrow, and I'll really address the demon inside of you. But in the meantime and in between time, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't help myself. I got to send one more demon straight to hell. Goodbye, Mama Cat. Yeah, come on tomorrow. We'll talk about the Tooth Fairy.
in the trenches, now we ballin' at the top. Rizzler energy, presidential, watch the ops. Drip too saucy, got the fit, hitting real different. 1600 on the throne, out here looking brilliant. No skeety, I'm the goat, flow sharper than a blade. Four attacks, make these clowns pay for all the shade. Bustin' moves, no mid, got the thing in the choke. Eating the gap, got my Lexi hitting 50 spoke. From the Bay, PDC, I keep you on their toes. The blueprint, watch the entire road. Go through all the fakes, now my circle A1. Moving 100, yeah, this race is already run. Bet I'm dripping, got the power vision crystal clear. Stick with ambition, yeah, making history right here. Cops talking wild, but they cannot touch the throne. Posted in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Past the hate, got my foot on the gas. I'm bulletproof, yeah, my aura is built to last. Slap with the plan, moving chestnut checkers. Presidential flex, got my game on the necklace. Level up, we taking over the spot. Get too clean, get it poppin'. We ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we lit. Yeah, flow on 1,000, 100, 1605. Presidential, we found it. Posted in the Capitol, moving like I own the block. Riz game presidential, got the nation in a lock. Got the Amex, yeah, 100, no facade. Drip celestial, shining brighter than a star. Bet I'm calling shots, got the vision, HD clear. Slap with the moves, turn the dreams into chandeliers. I stay lurking, but they're folding under all the pressure. 1600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. Hacking legacy bricks, every bar's a new crown. Soul in the White House, DC is the town. Woke up in the mansion, views from the East Wing. Prime presidential, residential, got the poles in the climb. No cap, I'm the vibe, I'm the calm in the storm. Got the globe, dropping bombs like I'm reading out a song. Ops trying to glitch, but my code is unbreakable. Skibidi through the storm, legacy unshakable. Aiming through the air, got the city in my grip. Hitting real cold, make the whole world flip. Busting off the charts, got the game in a trance. Drip true weighty, yeah, make you wanna dance. Level up, we taking over the spot. Drip too clean, get it poppin', we ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we lit, yeah, flow on 1,000, 100, 1600 vibes. Presidential, we found it 100.